Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is Tuesday, April the 7th, and we are over by my space elevator because we're kind of starting near the end, but we will got a few things to go over today. No, it won't be a long episode, but it'll be big updates. So first thing I want to show is down here. This is basically the area below the space elevator. Got the quantum computer down here, its battery for that guy up there. And then, not too important right now, but one of the things I did set up that I forgot to show the other day, because there were a ton of little things like this. I was still struggling with chlorine, specifically. So I had originally set up this guy to process salt water that I was drilling, because that seemed to be the best source of chlorine I could find, was drill salt water and then run it through a chemical plant, get hydrogen and chlorine, and then technically sodium hydroxide. But I mean, I have like astronomical amounts of this stuff. It feels like not actually as much as I thought, surprisingly, because I do have a couple of huge cells full of these. But anyways, chlorine wise, that's a thing of the past. We don't have to worry about that anymore. And then actually looking at this, why don't I have hydrogen? Oh, okay, I do have a thing full of that too, so sweet. All good on that front. That was just one of those side things. The reason I'm down here, though, is this guy. So in my quest today to make progress forward, one of the things I needed to get to wanted to get to was hydrogen. To get to hydrogen, though, we gotta make the molten form. Molten form is made from molten dragon blood and molten Rungor or Hungnor. I'm not sure if that R is silent. Which this one is pretty straightforward. It's just infinity and quantum, which does take a while to process. So I think if I'm needing a lot of this, I'll probably need to both parallelize the number of mega smelteries I have, which I've already actually crafted a couple just in case, or really overclock the one. I haven't quite decided how I want to do it. I might go with the parallel option just so I can have multiple different recipes running at the same time, because right now when this quantum recipe is running, it obviously bottlenecks the system, so it might be an approach I go for. But anyways, so, but that's one step of it. The other side of it is molten dragon blood right here, which whenever you have a resource, one of the first things gotta check is there a bee for that? So this first recipe seems kind of crazy. We got the infinity egg, awakened draconium comb, and radon. And actually this one is not terrible. It is, whenever I have access to it, I'm going to use it. It's just I do not have access to crafting this thing, the Draconic Evolution Fusion Crafter. Specifically, it's gated behind Botania at the moment, and I will get to this probably sooner than later. Just run through Botania, figure out how it all works, and just get to Gaia Spirit stuff so I can craft this guy, because we're going to need it, as far as I can tell. So for the moment, I have to go with this recipe. I did make this dragon comb thing because even though we can't use this recipe, it is still useful. Right now, like I said, we're using this recipe, which I just set up a mixer dedicated for this stuff at the moment. So again, it's not cramping the system up, where we need a dragon egg, the awakened draconium, and radon plasma, which that's no problem. The dragon egg is actually kind of convenient that even though this is consumed, because a few weeks ago, if you remember, I was just cleaning up random quests, which included essentially the processing line to craft your own dragon eggs. So I can do those on demand now. I'd never made it passive because I didn't know how many of them I was going to need. But like I said, as soon as we have this guy, we won't need this anyways. And even this recipe is going to be kind of limited because the more the game runs, unless we're using mass amounts of the stuff, which is always possible. Because the other option is, even though we can't use this recipe, we can instead process the dragon blood through a chemical plant. Nothing else needed, just needs to be UEV power and a tungsten steel casing, and it gets us these three things. So those are running right now. Now I do not have a, so if we were to go here, like for the Dragon Blood drop, I don't have a UEV fluid extractor. I should have the stuff crafted now. Yep. I did set up the solenoids and stuff, so I just need to set it up. This was near the end of my workday, so I just didn't have time to set up this machine to start processing this. And then, of course, we also need, or we can also do this Dragon Blood Propolis. Probably said that wrong, but this just goes through a regular extractor. Also don't have one of these in EV, but I have it crafted again as well. And then we would just throw the dragon dust through the blast furnace, which I'm probably just going to have this passively run through one, and then send this guy, and I'm probably going to just passively run this through the same fluid extractor that I set up for the Dragon Blood drops. So we'll be able to make pretty good use of the comb, even without the Draconic thing. So obviously, the only other thing I needed to do for this was craft the Dragon Blood Princess, which I did. Nothing too special here. Already had the Neutronium, already had the Dragon Essence, just had to go to the Nether. And then, just kind of a funny aside, when I was doing all those quests, one of the things specifically for getting the Dragon Egg, I accidentally had my magnet turned off when I was in the end, and I dropped one of my Frenzy Flames into the void, and I'd been going for a while. Like, oh, that sucks. But I did actually set up the ability to just craft these guys if I need to. Like, if I ever lose them again for some reason, I just have those on crafting on demand as well. So that's cool. But yeah, so that's the other half of the Hypogen. Now, obviously, to craft said Hypogen, we need, actually, you know, while I'm thinking about it, so I think I have Dragon Blood here. Let's see. Dragon Blood. Even prep some empty cells. Dragon Blood? Dragon Blood. So, got that. Now, let's see. I'm in the wrong thing. So we got both halves done. So obviously, to actually utilize both halves, we needed the compact reactor. Well, technically, we just needed a tier 4, but they take forever. So here, if you remember, this is our Mark III reactor, chilling in this little mountain base. Now, if we hop down below, here we go. We got the bigger, badder, much improved compact 4 reactor. And you can see, even with this little speed up, still 400 seconds. I didn't realize it was going to be that long. I would have pressed start sooner. But yeah, so for this setup, this was pretty straightforward. I mean, so the Mark III reactor actually kind of will stand as like a special place for me, because this is the last major multi-block I built by hand, I believe. Maybe I built this one. I built this guy by hand, and then everything since then I've just used the schematic to start building. But I really wanted to build the first one by hand. The actual setup for this guy, though, is pretty straightforward. It does have to have the UHV energy hatches, which I had previously crafted all those guys, so we didn't have to wait on that at all. The glass, which is fine, and then the Infinity Catalyst frame boxes. Otherwise, nothing too crazy set up. Right now, I just have this one interface going over here. I moved all the patterns down here. This thing is crazy fast. When I first tested it out, I threw in a order for Force Plasma, and it went so fast it didn't even like register that this thing was running. Like, there was no visual cue or anything. I just like waiting for something to happen, and I finally looked at my crafting thing. It was like, oh wow, it crafted instantaneously. This guy, though, this isn't just going to be left to its own devices, though. I am going to utilize this. So now that I have 2 of these at my disposal, this one's going to be my auto crafting one. And then this guy we're going to turn into a passive. I basically want to feed this guy the raw inputs, and probably put a mega smeltery over here as well to because between the two of them are needed to just passively make me celestial tungsten so I can pull these off the autocraft, because I think I have it fixed because a new one's running. This one's jammed up though. It says it's only been running for 2 seconds, but I kind of don't believe it. Let's see, what does it say is going on? Is it just blocking mode? Oh no, it's over here. 1 liter, 1 liter. Is this have blocking? This thing doesn't even have blocking mode on. So yeah, I think either way, I want to make it passive because, like I said, even though this show's only 2 seconds, God knows how long it's actually been sitting here running. It tends to jam up a lot for some reason. Apparently I'm just crafting 64k at a time. That's interesting. Not even showing up here. Weird. Or maybe it's just constantly. Well, no, it started a new recipe. I don't know. I don't know what's going. There's some weirdness going on. I think I kind of fixed it, and I kind of want to throw a second one on here because I honestly think what was happening that was causing me all my problems is that it was just for whatever reason voiding outputs, and it doesn't seem to void them anymore now that I have this actual output hatch on it with import. My only worry is these import and export buses tend to like also randomly stop working for me for some reason, and I don't know why. Like when I reset them, like if I like fully pull them off, they'll not jam up. So if that is good, but well, I wanted to leave off with this ingot. So for the next few days, the next thing we're gonna work on is, like I said, I want the draconium stuff so we can start making this. However, I think next up it's gotta be fueling the DTF. I need to set up these guys, which will be 4 mixers. These should be pretty straightforward to set up. And then I think as well, that was the other thing. I forgot I highlighted all this. It's actually, this compact reactor took me way longer to ultimately craft than I thought it was going to. But part of the passives I want to set up are all these different plasmas that I've got. Set them on passive over here to, or not on here, up on the Mark III to run as well. So we can get these guys going because they all seem to have exorbitantly long amounts of time. Like, look at this. 250 seconds at ZPM. It's crazy. And then these will go into the DPTF as well as random assembly line recipes. So we got a bunch to do there. So I need those set up. Need to obviously craft this guy, which I haven't even done the researches for these guys yet. So that'll probably be another thing too to hop on. Because if I had to guess, yeah, 32 million. Like this will take a hot minute to research this guy, and I'm sure all the other pieces are not much better. 8 million's a little better. 2 million even better. Yeah, another 2 million, or maybe I clicked on the wrong one. I gotta do that. And then finally I need this one, the component assembly lines. That'll be another big craft. And then these guys here, the quantum force transformers. I'm actually curious if I go to component line, because I have a set up the UEV ones. If I go UEV 43, can I craft these? No. And I think the main reason is this one probably literally I just need to craft more of this stuff. I'll have to look at that process. This one I think I might just not have enough storage cells for it. But finally, let's see, Hypogen. Rambled long enough. Got our Hypogen ally. Completed our Compact 4. It's a big day in progress for me. Was real fun. Sometimes frustrating at how much stuff was needed for it, but I like these kind of builds because these are the kind of builds that push the base forward, and I think will set us up nicely for moving forward. So appreciate you for watching. Hope you have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.